Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of Backstage Pass. I'm Samantha Powell, and I'm so happy to be joined with the wonderful Nara. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Sam. This is pretty exciting because normally I'm behind the camera, or when we're using Riverside, I'm the invisible guy. But today I get to be on camera to talk about Thailand.
Yes, and we love having you in front of the camera. You're so wonderful. So thank you. And we must tell everybody that we are filming in our Avixa studio here at our headquarters. So this is really excited. I have never sat on this couch doing this here. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's incredible. This is, the same for me. Like, I haven't sat here to do an interview or anything like that before, so it's actually pretty cool. It feels super official, actually.
It is. Like, we're legit.
Yeah, this feels very legit. So, this is really cool.
This is so wonderful. So, again, thank you for sitting down with me. And so, yes, let's chat a little bit about the show that's coming up, InfoComm Asia, that's happening next week. So, all the buzz. It's so exciting that that's occurring. And I know you had the wonderful opportunity last year to attend. So I want to know all the ins and outs. Tell me a little bit about that experience.
Yeah, that's right. So it's funny. I should tell the background story. My family's actually from Thailand. So I have the honor of being able to visit Thailand, for fun, but also to go see family and stuff. Turns out last year, I just happened to be in Thailand around the same time as InfoComm Asia. So I told some of our team, hey, I'm going to go over to the show and I'm going to record some content just so we have some Thai-centric content or Asia-centric content in the bucket. So I did that. I went over to the show and I'll tell you what, it was amazing.
Really?
Yeah. So the show itself, it's not, I wouldn't say it's like, scale up the U.S. InfoComm show or ISE or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But it sure felt that way.
Really?
You go into there, you feel the buzz, you feel the energy. You see a lot of solutions, right? Rather, like you see a lot of new technology and stuff like that, like you would see at InfoComm US or ISE. But what you see there is all the cool applications, like, the projection mappings and the way technology can be applied in very creative ways, but for that market, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I walked in and like one of the first things I saw was like traffic management, which is kind of a random thing to talk about, but like it was really cool to go there and just see like different ways the technology is being used for that region. Now, I got to say, I'm a little biased, right? Because I'm Thai.
Yeah.
So like,
you're allowed to be.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, it just felt surreal to have, it almost felt like InfoComm came like to my home. Yeah. If that makes sense. And it was kind of cool because my family actually took me to the convention center, which is a beautiful convention center, by the way. Queen Sirikit Convention Center, I believe it's called, National Convention Center. And it's just, it feels like a palace, really. Like you go in there, there's like, it's really, really cool decor. It really is decorated in a way that really speaks to our culture, right? Like there's a lot of like ornate ornaments, some like really cool materials, and it's just such a beautiful facility. So honestly, I almost want to say that's part of the experience as well, right? You go there and then you see all the cool technology, you get to network and talk to a lot of cool people that have a common passion in AV as you do. But they also, some of them, like good amount of them speak Thai, and you're like, this is surreal.
Yes, and you speak Thai as well, so a little bit.
I do. I can't read or write, so I just tell people that I could barely speak it. So,
well, hopefully you were able to pick up on some words and some things while you were over there.
Absolutely.
Oh, but that is so amazing. Did your family got a chance to see it and experience kind of what you do on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah.
There in their homeland.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of what we talk about in Avixa is, what is that elevator speech that we have? Mm-hmm. How do we explain what we do in like a very simple way that people can understand? And for me, not only is it tough? It's not tough. Like I'm at that point where I can explain now. Oh, I work in AV. Mm-hmm. AV is really cool. You see it everywhere. but then I have to translate it into Thai.
Yeah.
So now there's like that like double like processing in my brain, right? So it was great to have that show because I invited some of my family to come see it. And a lot of them were able to go there and see all the cool AV technology, and they were pretty wowed by it. Like they got the cameras out. They were like, wow, this is a thing. So I think they were really excited, and they were like, wow, you work in a really cool industry, Narin.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, and like, yeah, being able to show them that, because I know when I first attended my first, AV show, and I wasn't part of the industry, it's just such an eye-opening experience. Like, all this technology is out there, and a lot of it's behind the scenes. You don't even think about it. But yes, like when you're at the show and you're able to really see it and understand how it all comes together, it's just like, it's completely full circle. So that is so amazing that you got to go. And I know people who are attending next week have a lot of things to look forward to. So obviously, yes, all the new and innovative technology that they're going to see. But since you've been and you're familiar with the region, I'm sure our watchers and listeners and viewers would love to know like some of the other fun things that they can do in Thailand. Any food places, any entertainment, like where should people go, if they have some free time after or before the show, what should they do and check out in Thailand?
Oh man, there's a lot you can do, right? Thailand is such a bustling city. Mm-hmm. There's just so much going on. It's very fast paced. The time of year right now, I will admit, is pretty tropical, meaning that it's going to rain quite a bit. So at any given time, it's going to rain a little bit. So that's going to be my advice. So make sure you pack an umbrella.
Okay.
And prepare for the spontaneous rain.
Yes. It's very good advice.
Yeah, for sure. But rain aside, tropicals aside, there's just so much to do, so much to see, and I want to start with food because I like to eat.
Yes, we are big foodies here at Success. So yes, absolutely. We always start with food. Somehow our conversations always go there. Yeah. So some good spots.
Yeah, absolutely. So unfortunately, I am from Thailand, but my family is based in Pattaya City, so near Pattaya in Jomtien. So I'm a little ways off, but sometimes we do go to Bangkok. So I don't have a specific place in mind, but what I would say is there's a ton of options. And I would say go explore the mom and pops, right? There's a few chains that in Thailand that you're going to see, like S&P and stuff like that. But try something that looks unique, right? You're only in Thailand for a given time, right? You go for work, you're probably there for only a week. Like, try as many of the weird stuff as you can, because if you're based in America, you're based in Europe, you've had pad thai, you've had pad see ew, you've had all that, right? It's very, very like, it's almost touristy, right?
Yeah. So what is weird there that some of our, attendees can expect and should try?
So it's not, I'm not going to go to recommends like go eat bugs or anything, because that's also a thing in Thailand.
Yeah.
I personally haven't had bugs before.
Okay.
But I think there's, what I mean by that is like there's more obscure dishes, right? Like that aren't as mainstream. Like my favorite is a dish called khao soi soup, which is basically it's like a curry-based broth, right? So it's a soup, it's a broth, and it has like these like noodles. It's like kind of like an egg noodle type deal. Mm-hmm. Pickled vegetables, like braised meats, and some topped with crispy noodles, and then you can put like lime, like chili crisps and stuff on it, and it's absolutely amazing.
It sounds so good.
It's the best.
You're making me hungry.
Yeah. I'm getting hungry, and I just had lunch, but
no.
Yeah. But yeah, khao soi is really good. And this is kind of weird because I just told you not to go to the chains and stuff.
Yeah.
But also, like, on the contrary, maybe you can go try chains, right? Things like McDonald's, Burger King, 7-Eleven, like they're all regionalized, right? Mm-hmm. So they all have unique menus. It's always fun to go see how the Thai culture gets infused into the regular menu and stuff like that. So like, you can, I think my example I like to give is at McDonald's, they have this dish called a Mac Caprao that's based on like a pad Caprao. It's actually pretty good.
And you can get that like fast food type of, okay. Yeah. I'm all on board.
Absolutely.
I love Caprao. So
absolutely. So other than food, because I can probably spend way too much time talking about food, there's so many different temples and things you can see. You're not too far in from the convention center, from like different historical sites. There's, there's, I think, the Temple of the Emerald Buddha. I'm just gonna say the English version.
Yeah, okay.
Wat Phra Kaew is what it's called.
Okay.
So that's the Temple of the Emerald Buddha. It's beautiful. It's within the grounds of the royal palace, so you get to see that as well. And yeah, those are really cool. And there's, they say, around where we are, at least like in Northern Virginia, the malls are kind of dying over here. But in Thailand and Asia in general, like malls are like the central hub for everything. It's actually fun to go and explore, because you'll find some more good food there too. Going back to food, and
it would be an Avixa podcast without us talking about food. So.
Exactly. So I'd say go explore the malls. That's kind of the newer like age thing, right? So like kind of mix that new era type stuff with like the historical stuff with the temples and the historical sites and all that, and you're gonna have a pretty good time.
That's amazing. Well, I know everybody's going to be super excited to try all the new foods that you've shared with them. Go check out the malls, and then yes, all the historic pieces and places that they can go. So I'm very excited for all those who are so lucky to go to InfoComm Asia. I know they're going to have an amazing experience, and yeah, hopefully they got their raincoats and umbrellas just to prepare. But I know it's going to be an amazing show. I know we've got so many great vendors and so forth that are going to be there that are also at all of our other shows too. So
that's
it's going
right.
to be an amazing event.
Absolutely. And I heard one of them is Audinate.
Correct.
You had the chance to talk to.
I did. I had the wonderful opportunity to sit and chat with Vince with Audinate, and he shared a lot about what to expect at InfoComm Asia and what they're going to be bringing. So why don't we take a look?
Yeah, let's check it out.
I am so excited to be joined by Vince Lepore, Director of Global Training with Audinate. Thank you so much for joining us, Vince.
Thank you for having me, Sam.
Wonderful. So I know InfoComm in Orlando just recently passed. Hopefully you had a great time. So I just wanted to check in. How was it for you, and how was it with the team at Audinate? Did you have a really meaningful experience there?
We did. We had a great show. We always do. InfoComm's one of our most important shows of the year, as you would imagine. And there were a lot of new Dante product releases from a lot of our OEM manufacturers, a lot of excitement and kind of buzz at our booth about Dante Director and Dante AV. So it was a great show for us overall.
Fantastic. Well, I'm glad it was a successful show for you. Yeah, we definitely had a great time here on the Avixa side of things. So with another major show just around the corner, I think next week, you'll be going to InfoComm Asia. I'm a little jealous. I wish I could get out there, but one day. So what are you most excited about, and what are you looking forward to for that show?
Yeah, it's actually my first InfoComm Asia myself.
Nice.
And so I'm just looking forward to going there and meeting new people and hanging out with team members from Audinate who I don't get to see very often, if ever. And we're showing a lot of great new innovations on the Dante side as well, which I'm sure we're going to talk about. So yeah, it's a really exciting show for me.
Absolutely. Well, definitely be sure to take lots of photos. I'm going to check in and see how your first show there went. So I know you just mentioned a little bit, you're going to be spotlighting some technologies that are helping to maybe simplify design and speed up AV systems deployments, things that you're working on with Audinate. So why is that particularly important for integrators and end users right now? And how does Dante's ecosystem help your customers remain flexible within their various AV solutions?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, the Dante ecosystem is really large at this point and mature. And there are thousands and thousands of products out on the market. There are hundreds of different companies who are manufacturing Dante-enabled products. And so I think the key thing to highlight, the real benefit of Dante, is interoperability. We have, like I said, hundreds of manufacturers that are making these Dante-enabled products, and they all work together seamlessly. So customers, whether they're integrators or end users, they have a tremendous amount of choice in how they design AV systems, right? They aren't locked into any one manufacturer's ecosystem, products, or hardware. They can choose from all these hundreds of different manufacturers, and they can know that those products are going to work together seamlessly with one another. And I think that's really the sort of killer feature of Dante as a platform, is just the interoperability. And there's a lot more to it, obviously, which I'm sure we'll get into, but I think that's kind of the high level story.
Well, definitely. Yeah, interoperability is key. So why don't we dive right in and talk a little bit about some of those innovations that you will be showcasing at the show. And I know you have so many tools under the Dante platform. So are there any new solutions that you'll be showcasing for the first time at InfoComm Asia that our attendees can be really excited to see and keep their eyes open for?
Yeah, I think there's actually a few, but I think probably the main one is Dante Director. This is going to be the first time that we're showing Dante Director at InfoComm Asia. And what Dante Director is it's a software as a service, so a SaaS tool that our customers can use to manage and monitor their Dante networks. And so there's a lot to it, but the reality of Dante systems today is that these systems have grown from, maybe just a handful of devices to entire buildings or entire campuses full of Dante equipment, right? And so all of a sudden, the ability to manage and monitor these devices, if you've got a facility with thousands of Dante devices deployed, you have to have a seamless way to manage and monitor these systems. And that's what Dante Director does, right? So it allows you to have visibility into all of your different Dante devices. They could be in geographically different locations. So you could have, a campus here in one city and a campus in another city, all sort of centrally managed from one platform. And the other thing that it offers is authentication for users. So in the past, the way that Dante networks worked was that anybody could connect their computer to the network and start making changes, right? And when Dante networks scale to the size that we're seeing today, limiting access to only certain users becomes really, really important. You don't want anybody and I mean from a security perspective, you don't want anybody just logging into the network and making changes without knowing about it. And so Dante Director provides authentication for users to kind of narrow down who can access what within the network. It's a very powerful feature. And then everything that happens within the system is logged and monitored over time. So if a piece of equipment goes down, if something gets turned off unexpectedly, you're aware of all those things immediately, and the system knows that. So it's a very powerful tool, and we're going to be showing that for the first time at InfoComm Asia, and I think there will be a lot of interest around that.
Wow, yeah, that sounds really impressive, and being able to manage things in so many different locations, since obviously, post-pandemic, everybody's kind of spread out, and being able to oversee those things in that one centralized location, and also the security piece of it too, that's really important. So definitely glad that all of that is into that one solution. So speaking of other solutions and topics, if you will, we're hearing a lot more about video over IP solutions, and I think it's a really exciting time to be innovating in that space. So what is Audinate doing in that area, and how can integrators use your solutions and mix and match their AV solutions from different manufacturers and still stay within your Dante, that ecosystem?
Yeah, it's a great question. So there's going to be kind of like a few different things that we're showing at InfoComm Asia that I think speak to what you're asking here. The first one is we're showing Dante AV Ultra in a video wall configuration. Dante AV Ultra is kind of our sort of top of the line video over IP product or solution. And we're just showing it in one possible use case or application, which is a video wall. It has many, many more applications than that, but obviously we can't show all of them at a booth at InfoComm. So we chose the video wall. And I think to go back to something I said a moment ago, the real amazing feature here of this is the interoperability again, which is, unlike other systems out there on the market, we can have encoders and decoders from different manufacturers speaking seamlessly with one another. Why is that important? Well, the reason is because Dante networks are highly scalable over time. A lot of our customers will, they often start small with Dante. They have a small deployment and then it grows over time. And the thing is when a system grows like that, new products come on the market. So maybe you do a video wall this year and then next year you add a few additional products and you're worried, are those going to be interoperable with what I put in last year? And the answer is yes. And we've proven this. Dante has proven this as a technology over many, many years. And so basically all we're doing is extending what we've done in the audio space for so many years into video over IP. And it's becoming a lot more mature. We've got a lot of manufacturers on board. There are about 150 different unique Dante video products on the market as well. So I think it's a very powerful story to bring the audio and the video together into the Dante ecosystem. So that's one piece of what we're going to be showing. The other is Dante AV-H and Dante AV-A, which are two different variants of Dante video that we're going to be showing in sort of a conferencing style application, so unified communications, right? And the thing about this is that there are conference rooms all over the world, thousands of them, probably tens of thousands of them, that are built on Dante audio. And now what we're showing is the ability to do a fully turnkey Dante solution for conferencing. So that's all of the video endpoints, all of the audio endpoints, any of the control that you need to do. So everything within the Dante ecosystem, and you can do a full conferencing setup that way. And the reason why that's important is if you're a corporation that's deploying a few hundred conference rooms with Dante, you can have all of this managed and monitored centrally, right? So in the past, where people might deploy like various technologies, so maybe Dante for audio and then something else for video, the problem with that is it gets difficult to monitor that and manage it in a sort of seamless way, right? And so if you do everything with Dante, everything can get wrapped up either under Dante Director, which I spoke about a minute ago, or Dante Domain Manager, which is a similar product, just an on-premise instead of a SaaS tool. And everything can get managed and monitored from one central pane of glass or central dashboard, so to speak. And so I think that's a really, really powerful step forward for the Dante platform. And we're excited to show it. I think people will be really excited about this.
Oh, I'm definitely excited to check that out. If I was there, obviously, I'd be at your booth all day. Oh, no, but that's great. Once again, we were talking about that interoperability and just that management piece of it that I think is really important. And I'm really happy that you highlighted that. So I know in addition to those pieces, you also have an install series. So what kind of solutions are you offering there? And what, if any, new tools or products are geared specifically towards that market?
Sure. Yeah, I think you're referring to the Avio line of products. And these are our really, really, really popular sort of low channel count, small form factor Dante adapters. They generally take a few channels of audio from one protocol and kind of convert them into the Dante ecosystem. So that could be like analog audio to Dante or Dante to analog audio, 2 channels in and out, this kind of thing. These have been around for quite some time. The previous generation of Avio adapters were really geared more towards like the live sound market. So you're going out to do a live show, an event or something like that, and you've got these adapters to sort of throw down in different locations. They weren't really designed specifically for the install or integration market. And there was like a number of different things that kind of made it that way. One was the form factor. They weren't really easy to like mount in a rack, and the types of things that you would want to do in an install or an integration. So we have a new generation of Avio adapters. We've released 2 of them so far. One is 2 analog inputs to Dante, and the other one is Dante to 2 analog outputs. But the key is there's really kind of two things about them that make them more geared towards installs. One is the form factor for mounting purposes. So they're made to mount in a rack. There's a mounting system that we call click grid that allows them to snap together with one another, and then it can be mounted in a rack or mounted on a rail or various different options. And then the other is the connector style. So in the past, Avio adapters had a cable that was permanently attached coming out of them, but now we've got what's called a Euroblock connector, or often referred to as a Phoenix connector, which is more common in the install world. And so we've just gone to great lengths to kind of think through what do integrators want for installations, and then make that into a product in the Avio product line. So I think it's sort of an exciting move for us in this particular product line. The previous Avios were really, really popular, and I know these are going to be as well.
And so how long would those other, those systems take, I guess I would say, to install versus now the Avio ones that you have? Like, how much time are like installers saving with this solution?
Yeah, I think a lot. I mean, you could install these really quickly, right? So, I mean, you could honestly mount one of these to a rack and wire it in 15 minutes if you're someone that, does this for a living. So it's very install friendly. I think integrators are going to love this. It's just going to make their lives a lot easier.
I'm sure they appreciate that. They don't have stressful days or situations that are changing or anything like that, right?
Exactly.
Awesome. So I know you had talked a little bit earlier about, collaborations and other, companies and so forth that you work with. And I think it's really fair to say that your ecosystem really wouldn't be what it is today without all the various manufacturing partners that you work with. And I know you provide a wide range of manufacturers across the industry. So if you could just share a little bit about your OEM partnerships and how that helps to really expand Dante's ecosystems for customers.
Sure. I mean, the OEM manufacturers are Dante at the end of the day, right? So 90+% of Dante products in the world are made not by Audinate, not by us, but by our OEM manufacturing partners. So the whole power of Dante is in the ecosystem. It's really not just about Audinate. We're sort of a technology enabler, so to speak. We make chips and software that get put into other manufacturers' products, right? And so if you walk around a show like InfoComm, what you'll see is that many of the manufacturers will have signs on their booth that say Dante spoken here, meaning that they have products that are Dante enabled or Dantified, so to speak. The whole ecosystem is all about the manufacturing partners. We've got hundreds of them that are making thousands of different products. And so what that means for customers is choice, right? This is the key thing, is that they can choose the products that suit their systems, and then they can be sure that those products will be interoperable with all the other manufacturers. And I think the key thing here is that Dante's so mature at this point, right? This is not some new cutting edge technology that, isn't really tested. It's all over the world. We have millions of endpoints all over the world. And so people know and they trust that it's going to work, that it's going to be interoperable, and they can select whatever products suit their needs. And I think that is what makes Dante so popular.
Yeah, and I definitely think giving that end user the ability to have that choice and knowing that their solutions are going to work, I think that, truly sets you guys apart. And also, there's so much changing, obviously, within the AV industry, and your Dante ecosystem is rapidly growing. So just to touch on a little bit of the educational piece of things, what kind of learning opportunities are you going to be offering both at the show as well as outside of the show for people to really stay abreast on the newest technologies and what you guys are offering with Dante and with Audinate?
Yeah, thank you for asking this question. This is really important to me, of course, because I manage the training team at Audinate, but just to Audinate as a company as well. So education is sort of a cornerstone of what we do, right? Which is we feel that this enables people to use Dante successfully in the world. And so we offer a really wide educational program. the most popular thing that everybody knows about in the industry is Dante certification level 1, 2, and 3. This has been around for many years. We're in the second generation of that educational program now. And we're working on a lot of new and exciting things. At InfoComm Asia, we are doing several education sessions. I'm happy to say that they all sold out immediately, so that's really exciting. I think that stuff is really popular. But outside of the show, we offer free education to everybody in the industry. We only do one single paid class, and all of our other education is completely free of charge at www.audinate.com/certify. You just go there, you register on our portal, and you can gain access to all of the certification materials, take the tests, get the certifications. We offer it in a number of different languages so that it's as accessible as possible to people. And yeah, training and education is a really big part of Dante and what Audinate does.
Well, kudos to you for having that sell out so quickly. And so everybody watching next time, make sure you sign up early if you're not one of the lucky ones to be able to attend it there at the show. But thank you for also telling people where they can also continue to get that education outside of the show. So I want to wrap things up. I know the show is coming up. We're excited for you to go. I'm excited to see and hear all about what's going to be happening there at your booth. But for attendees who are going to be stopping by your booth, what's one thing that you really want them to take away after visiting? What do you hope that they leave with?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really all the things that we've already talked about, right? It's the interoperability, it's the choice, it's the just the tremendous number of different things that you can do with Dante. I'm always surprised about this kind of an interesting thing that almost every day I learn about a new use case or application for Dante from one of our customers. Like they'll say, yeah, we're doing this and that with Dante, whether it's audio or video. And I think to myself, wow, I never actually thought of that application or use case. So there's just so many things you can do that our customers actually show us what's possible with Dante every single day. And so I would just urge people to think about their projects and what it is that they're working on, and think about how Dante can fit in and kind of fill the need that they have. I'm confident that we provide a solution that will fit their needs.
Absolutely. Well, I can't wait for everybody to stop by your booth. Vince, what is your booth number?
It's E19.
Wonderful. Well, yes, everyone make sure that you stop by that booth, check it out, talk to Vince. I've really had a really great conversation here, and I've learned so much, and I'm really excited for you guys. I know you're going to have a successful InfoComm Asia, and it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, Vince.
Thank you, Sam. It was a pleasure.
Well, Sam, that was an awesome interview you had with Audinate and Vince there.
Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure to sit down with Vince and learn all that he had to share about Audinate and what they're going to be bringing to InfoComm Asia. So if you're going, be sure to check out their booth. And Narin, I hear you've got something special coming up for us here on Backstage Pass. Care to share a little bit?
Absolutely. I had the opportunity to talk with June over at InfoComm Asia. She's fantastic, always has some great things to talk about the show. And also Jimmy, who is with Avixa, but at the APAC side. So we don't see him too often, but we do get to see him online.
Yes.
Which is awesome. So we had an opportunity to talk a little bit about what's going on at the show, what to expect, and also what they should look forward to when they go to Bangkok. So
exciting.
Yeah. So how about we check out the interview?
Let's take a look.
All right, let's do it. I'm here today with June Ko. June is the Executive Director of InfoComm Asia. I'm also here with Jimmy Cheong. Jimmy is the Manager of Member and Industry Engagement for the Asia region here at Avixa. How y'all doing today?
Great. It's great to be here.
Yep. That's awesome. I'm sure y'all are very excited because a little show's coming up, right?
Yep. Sure.
Yeah, just a little bit busy.
That's right. Just a little busy. Little is an understatement because it's actually a really big show over at InfoComm Asia over in Bangkok. So I think everyone's really excited for that. I know I am. I know y'all are. So let's get right to it. So for those familiar, those who may not be familiar with InfoComm Asia. I'm going to send this one over to you, June. Can you explain a little bit about what InfoComm Asia is and what makes the 2025 edition particularly exciting?
So thank you, Narin. Thank you for inviting us today. InfoComm Asia, the company InfoComm Asia, we actually run 3 shows in the region. And InfoComm Asia, the show, is the one that serves the larger Asia Pacific region. And it covers all of the countries from North Asia, Asia, West, all the way down to the Pacifics in Australia and New Zealand. And every year we run the show in Bangkok. And this year we're going to be in July 23rd to 25th. In QSNCC. And we are actually this year taking a lot of the AI into center stage. I know it's a very, very used term. There's so much going on in the world about AI. But this year, we're seeing things come into fruition. A lot of the AI content is becoming widely utilized in a lot of our industry products. And so we are seeing how it's impacting our industry and how it's actually being put to use rather than as a concept. New exhibitors are a really big lineup for us too. This year we have 50 new first-time exhibitors and a total of around 170 exhibitors. New waves of innovations also come into play this year. About 70% of our first-time exhibitors are from China. And so we will see, as China also evolves to take on a lot of the AI and all the a lot more technology and innovation, I think it's pushed it to another level. And not only is our industry looking at how AI will evolve, they're actually looking at how these how AI will actually be part of their products and actually be utilized in person and in reality right now. So some of the new initiatives that we see are demo rooms this year that we have introduced, and brands like Neat, Harman, Cisco also have demo rooms at our show to demonstrate some of these technologies. Avixa Exchange Live, which Jimmy will be definitely talking a little bit more about, and of course some certification ceremonies and industry events, and a wide range of special events will be happening at our show.
That's awesome, June. So, Jimmy, I do want to ask you a quick question, and that is regarding some of the key technologies and trends. I know June mentioned things about AI and some of the other things that are coming out of China. What are some of the things that you're seeing, Jimmy, that is going to be at InfoComm Asia this year and you're particularly excited about?
Well, I would say definitely workspace technology control system will be something, a big thing. You know, we're still in hybrid work mode, so people is looking to improve their workspace technologies. And then, of course, like June said, there's a lot of new exhibitors from China, and I will expect a lot of new LED professional display. Gonna be where the exhibitor will be showcasing their new products to cater like a large demand, mainly in the fixed install and also entertainment rental use, and also AV over IP. There's something like is in the talk as well now. No, so we're getting a lot of heavier of data usage. Just transferring data, and then with all the signaling and so on. So I foresee exhibitor manufacturers will coming up with more heavy weight product to support this. So this a key few thing that I will see from the show. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you did touch on AV and IT convergence. That's always a big topic in our industry.
Yeah,
so seeing how all of that gets applied, especially to what you said, June, about AI, it's going to be cool to see some of these big companies bring those two multiple technologies together to see how we can take it to the next level. So June, I know you mentioned a little bit about InfoComm or Avixa Exchange and all of that. And I guess this is questions for the both of you. Like, what are some of the programs and stuff that you're looking forward to at InfoComm this year?
Well, from our end as the organizer, we're looking at a lot more of, again, the market-ready AI solutions. And so to complement some of the products that are on the show floor, we are actually putting in a lot more content for the summit for people to understand a little bit more about how it's going to be utilized, to look at the future also. Besides some of the market-ready solutions, what's coming up in the future? So some of the sessions like transforming workplaces with AI-driven intelligent devices, AI and the future workplace collaboration and engagement, and then how AI-driven AV is shaping the classroom of tomorrow. These are some of the sessions that we really think will be able to put a nugget into everyone's mind and really push the boundaries a little bit more and force people to think about what is coming up next. Because whilst we, a lot of our pro AV industry, all of our exhibitors are really good with bringing things to market and bringing tangible technology that they can use right now. And that's why we showcase them on the show floor. But when we look at the summit and the sessions and workshops, it's really to push the industry to think about the future and then to think about what's next. And it's something that you might not be able to find on the show floor, but we need to be able to push forward and think about the next 5 years, 10 years. What would it be? It sounds very far away and it's very scary. And so when you have like visions of 2030 and reimagining the future of business, what does this actually look like for us as an industry? And as an organizer that only supports pro AV industry expos, we really want to make sure that we support the expos, support the industry's growth, and make sure that everyone is walking the same path and going the same way and trying to collaborate together to make things a little bit easier and better for the future.
Absolutely. And it's like you mentioned, there's going to be a lot of cool solutions that are going to be on the show floor, right? So if you can kind of bridge the whole, I guess the sessions and all the different workshops and all that, and incorporate that with like the real world applications, you kind of have the whole package going into InfoComm. So thought leadership was the word I was looking for, right? So like combine the thought leadership and the real world application, I think is going to help bridge and kind of provide that vision for the future, which is coming real soon. Like you're saying, June, the future is always near.
Yep. Yeah, I think I want to mention some regarding the summit. So I think that this year we do have like a summit for every broadcast. So it's really catered for broadcasting company that and this is the new one for this year, and we also and like for AI, there's an emerging AI summit, and then they also have a workshop that happening on day 3, and then and I would say Cisco and bringing some workspace technologies summit as well. So this is some of the few summit that the attendees can really look forward to. Besides that, Awixa do have some event lines up as well other than summit. So join us like at Awixa booth. I think N20, and then like we do have like day 1 our welcome reception. It's a free attend for those with a Awixa code, and those who need the code, contact me. I'll share the code to you guys. And then there's also like a Awixa Women Council meetup as well at our booth, and we are talking about certification and stuff. And we have a lineup of expert panel. We talk about CTS, the future of a certification, and for the marketing people, we do have a every marketer meetup as well at our booth. So all this gonna happen throughout the 3 days. So all the program info will be like you can find it out on handies on your program schedule. Yeah.
You highlighted something there that's really important about these events, Jimmy, which is the people, right? It's a great opportunity for people to meet up, people to share ideas, and just be with each other. Like the camaraderie is really awesome. The one you mentioned in particular is the women's meetup, the women's council meetup. Always a big event all over the world. I think we were at InfoComm a few weeks ago, actually, and the women's breakfast was absolutely massive, and it was an incredible and inspiring type environment. So to be able to have that type of experience over in Asia as well at the Avixa booth, I think is going to be big in making you feel like you're part of a great community. So that's really good to hear. So
It's true.
Awesome. So I have two questions that I'm going to ask you. We're going to start with the first one, which is the show related one, that are more of the fun ones. So this is going to be more focused on first time attendees, right? So I think the show is continuing to grow at a pace that's really awesome to see. And that means there's new attendees that are going to be going to the show this year. So starting with you, June, I want to know, what is your favorite piece of advice or top tips that you would give to someone who's going to the show for the first time and is really excited and, they have a full day, multiple days ahead? What should they know from June?
To be honest, yes, our show is growing, but I think the value of some of our shows is the first time attendees. While sometimes, as I've been a first time attendee at many events myself, and as a first time attendee, you feel a little bit anxious, and you're not sure who you know at the event, and if you're not an extrovert, it can be quite daunting sometimes to be able to find your tribe and to find the people that matter to you or that speak your language, and not in any cultural kind of sense. Sometimes it's a language of the industry and just people that get you, if that makes any sense. And so I think with any new attendee, I think the value of what we bring to the table is we really do recognize that there are different people coming to the show. There are people that might need other support. And so this year, InfoComm Asia 101, we have a Navigating Your First Experience. We have a quick start guide to help those that are coming to our show for the first time to really understand what is out there, what kind of use our roadmap to understand how you can meet other people, what the highlight of the shows are, what the key exhibits are at the show, so that you can find your people. It might not be the same for every single person. Every single person has a different persona. You might see things or want to hear things a certain way. And we've designed some of our, not only our marketing, but our in-show experiences to help you find your tribe and to help you find your people, and not necessarily force you into certain boxes of networking events or people that we think is best for you. What we do, our team really does think about how people connect and why you would want to connect to someone else and what you really want to learn from this experience. And it's not every day that you get to step out from your office, go to another event with people that are like-minded with you, and to be able to share best practices around the world, not only in your country or in your city, but actually all around the world, to know, hey, whatever I'm doing every day, am I going to the right path, and is this right? And do I have people that understand me and want to do the same thing as me? And that's what events really is about. We are lucky and unlucky, I guess. We have a really big following of people, but we also have a really huge first-timer group. Our show is still growing. And so the first timers are actually always a huge group at our show. And that's why, after looking at some of our data for the last couple of years, we realized, hey, there's a really big constituent here that really probably needs to figure out their way and find the people that they need to find. So hopefully we will bring that community and we'll lean into the human connection there and try to help all of our people be able to find their own people.
I love that. The human connection. That's the words that's the words that stick with me right there, because that's what it's all about, right? Connecting with each other, which is great. So Jimmy, how about you?
Fully agree with what Jun's saying just now. And this is my second time to the show. I mean, last year is my first time. And for the first time attendees, simple and sharp. Get your show guide handy, make full use of the 3 days, join the summits, get to learn, get to talk to people, and then, of course, get your business card. A lot of it. Get ready. Start to network, talk to people, look at the products, and then, the show is about to communicating, to network, to learn. So, that's that's the thing that I would say that for the first time 10 years. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's all about planning, right? Knowing
Yep.
knowing everything. There's a lot that's going to be happening. So knowing where you're going to go
Yep.
at specific times is going to be pretty
Yep.
important. So speaking of planning, my advice for everyone, because you know, I'm Thai, is that it's the rainy season, so bring an umbrella. You'll be spending a lot of time inside, but like the moment you go outside, it'll be like nice and sunny one minute, and then the next minute it's just gonna rain. So just make sure you have an umbrella with you.
It's true. It's true.
Absolutely. But speaking of Thailand, so the last question that I was gonna ask, this is a Narin question. I think at this point, I've said it probably a million times to everyone who's listened in or knows me, but yes, I am Thai. And this show is happening in Bangkok, which is incredible because it's like a hometown for me. So there's a lot going on in Bangkok. It's a great city. There's a lot of things to do, great things to foods to try, things to see. So my question to the both of y'all is, what are some of the things about Bangkok that excites you, and what do you love about being in that city?
I'm going to let Jimmy go first.
Okay, for me, definitely
Jimmy.
it's the food. Yeah, the food is awesome. Just my advice, a tips, head down to Chinatown. I mean, Chinatown is full with a lot of Michelin rated star food, and then you can find it over there. Of course, the massage. After the 3 days of the event, be a lot of walking. I mean, who's no? Yeah, you have to get a great massage.
That's right.
You will love it.
It's great.
I would say
it's a perfect place in the world to do that. Yes. You mentioned Chinatown. It's probably one of my favorite places to go. Yaowarat, I think it's called, right?
Yeah, right.
So,
yes, correct. Yep.
Yeah, so it's such an amazing place. And while you're there, I went there to Yaowarat last time, and I went to the Golden Mount Temple. I don't know if y'all went there while you were there. It's incredible. Yeah, it's incredible. Like, it's such a beautiful temple. It's a very beautiful facility. So to me, that's like one of my favorite things to go like check out, right? So you know, if you're eating a lot of food over there and you need to burn some calories, get yourself over there and you know, walk around, observe the history. It's such a beautiful area. So definitely. June, how about you?
I've got to say it's the people. The thing that really hits the spot is Thai really understand hospitality very well. No matter where I go, who you're talking to, and what you're doing. And it matters to us because I ask our team, we're in events industry and we're in the association industry. And these two put together, you can't get away from hospitality and people. And so I really enjoy noticing and just sitting at a cafe and really watching how other people interact and how people get to know each other or meet up with each other, and how even the staff and all of the people that are working in Thailand, how they treat visitors, and you know, how welcome we feel when we're there. And that's why it's such a welcoming place. I know a lot of our exhibitors are dying to get over there. It's hot, it's rainy, yes, but there's great food and they feel welcome. And they're always so happy to be in Bangkok and to enjoy Thailand. So I know that it's continuing to be a great place for people to meet up, to come into, and I really hope that our guests and our community really enjoys their time in Bangkok also.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's why they call it the Land of Smiles, right?
Well,
you go there,
welcome to the Land of Smiles.
Everyone's smiling. Yeah, Land of Smiles. Everyone's smiling, and you smile when you get there. It's great. It's such a great place to be, and I hope I get to go there real soon. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah. So, well, I think that's all the time we have today. So, Jimmy, June, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Most welcome. And best of luck at the show. It's going to be incredible. I know it's going there last year. I saw how vibrant and exciting everything was. And I know this year is going to be even better, more fun, more things to do, more things to learn. And everyone's going to enjoy it. So best of luck and have a great time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thanks, good.
Thank you.
Bye.
Well, what a great interview with June and Jimmy. Congrats, Narin. You're just so good at this in front of the camera stuff. We need to have you doing it more often.
Thank you. This was actually really fun. Like I said, I've always been behind the camera. Even doing the interviews behind Riverside, just being on a set is just really cool. So this was a great experience. Also a great experience was talking to June and Jimmy. They were fantastic. Gave some really great advice and some things that will help build excitement, things we're looking forward to, and things that hopefully everyone will get to see and experience over in Thailand. I'm really proud of my country, so I hope people enjoyed over there.
That is so amazing to hear. Yes, I can't wait to hear from June and Jimmy and everybody else who's going to share their experiences, hopefully on Exchange and maybe hopefully on Avixa TV. But I can't wait to hear about all the amazing technology and experiences that are going to be happening at InfoComm Asia next week. I can't believe it's already here. So I know we've got some more podcasts and backstage passes that are going to be coming up. Can you share a little bit about what we can expect?
Absolutely. So related to this, fortunately, we have this really awesome pair coming up, Manoj and Somya.
Ooh.
And they're going to bring in our next version of Backstage Pass, which is the India version. So Backstage Pass India is coming again this year. We have a few episodes coming up, and we're really excited to see what they have to say this year about that show. And I think it's going to be fantastic. We're going to have some awesome guests, and they're going to have some really cool things to kind of hype up InfoComm India season as well, and hopefully bring the same amount of excitement as the other InfoComm shows, if not more, because it's going to be an awesome one over in India.
It's going to be fantastic. And Avixa TV is taking over the world. So, and Backstage Pass too. So, yes, everybody's going to be able to experience all of the shows if they can't attend them personally. So I'm so looking forward to that. So I can't thank you enough, Narin, for sitting down with me in the Avixa studio. Love the couch. Love actually being in person. It's kind of a strange thing now since everything is so remote.
Yeah, for sure.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for sharing all of your insights. And this has been a wonderful episode.
Absolutely.
And thank you all for watching. And this is Backstage Pass.
Thank you so much. ขอบคุณครับ เดี๋ยวเจอกันนะครับ